Essential Learning Trust Primary Year 6 Transition Programme. Study Skills. How to follow a timetable. Many secondary schools run with a 2-week timetable. Here's an example of a Year 7 one. Can you find where French and Spanish is being taught? How many times does this pupil have a French and Spanish lesson over a 2-week period? Did you notice that maths and English aren't taught every day as they are in primary school? And look at the opportunities for studying arts, drama, dance and art. Fantastic specialist lessons by specialist teachers. What an amazing opportunity. Here I've split it into week 1. There's a 1 next to every day of the week, and week 2, where there's a number 2 next to every day of the week. It's important to know which week you are on. Usually in secondary schools, this is shown on posters, on the entrance, and possibly also in your tutor rooms. It's really important at times when you've had a break from school, maybe over the holidays, that you consider which week you're going back into. That will help you be organised, have the right equipment for the right lessons, and know your timetable for that day and for the week. Now we're going to start looking at how to follow a timetable. So the first question is, what lesson is on week 1, Friday, period 3? So period 3 is the same as lesson 3. So where would we start? We'd start by locating where is week 1. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday with the 1 in front indicates that's week 1. Next you look for Friday. Can you see the column? And then to find out where period 3 is, you count down 3 rows. So week 1, Friday, period 3. Well done. Next lesson we're going to find is the lesson on week 2, Wednesday, period 3. Pause the video and see whether you can locate that lesson. How did you get on? Okay, so let's go through the success criteria. First of all, you find week 2. Then you find Wednesday, and then you count down the rows to find period 3. And the lesson would be maths. Did you get it right? Now try some of your own. So we've got week 1, Thursday, period 1, week 2, Wednesday, period 5, and then when would you do French or Spanish in week 1? Have a go. Pause the video. Okay, let's go over those answers. So week 1, Thursday, period 1 would be English. Week 2, Wednesday, period 5 would be enrichment. And when would you do French or Spanish in week 1? You've got 3 times. It's Monday, period 4, Wednesday, period 3, and Friday, period 2. Did you get them right? Now that we've looked at the weekly timetable, we're going to look at the daily timetable. Take some time to look over a Year 7 daily timetable for secondary school. Can you see that lunch is really late at 1:05? Your tummies might be really hungry by that time. We've also got roll call. Roll call is where your year group is called together to make sure that you have got all the equipment and you are ready for the day. Your school might not do this. Before we get started looking at that daily timetable, one thing you might need to consider is whether you need a watch. For some In some secondary schools, you're not allowed to have your phones out, so a watch is vital. You also need to know how to tell the time. So over the 6-week summer period, maybe you need to practice telling the time in digital and working out how long you've got until before different events. Okay, so let's have the first question. What period starts at 11:15? So look down the times in the pink bars and find 11:15. There we go. Period 3. Then you'd be able to refer back to your timetable and see what period 3 lesson is. What lesson would you be in at 2 o'clock? Pause the video now and try to work out the answer. The answer would be period 5. 2 o'clock falls in between 1:45 or 1:45 and 2:40, 20 past 2. So at 2 o'clock you would be in period 5. The last question we're going to look at today when we're looking at our daily timetable is how long have you got between events and periods? So the question is, how long have you got between roll call and being in roll call? So the bell goes before roll call to tell you to get to the hall, wherever roll call is. How long have you got to get there? Can you see 8:35, the bell goes, and 8:40 is roll call, so that's 5 minutes. Well done for looking at the weekly and daily timetable. You're now all prepared for your first week at secondary school.